What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Horus Blackwing. You guys been asking for a long time for this deck profile. It's finally here. I've been hiding it on Patreon. By the way, guys, if you want to have my recent deck profiles, deck lists, whatever, come join Patreon. Alright, whatever. So,
one moment.
Okay, say it, bro. Say it.
I want to say one thing. From my perspective, this guy officially, in all events, is for me the protagonist from all events. This is Crow from the anime. This is the protagonist.
Thanks, bro. Thanks, bro. Adam, thank you. Alright. Huge shout out to my brother Mesut.
Adam koçum benim.
Also, shout out to Claudio, man. Shout out to Claudio, man. Yeah, Claudio. Shout out to Claudio, man.
He's a motherfucker.
Thank you, man. Without him, I wouldn't be able to come to Italy, man. He said, bro, Italy is safe. You can come. Like, yes. I got your back. If anything happens, bro, Italy, man.
All the Italians on the event.
Yes, Benissimo. Alright, so I decided to play this deck. I've been testing it for a long time. I went to before the YCS event, I went to 2 locals and I went first place. I was really comfortable with this deck. This is the most consistent Blackwing deck I've ever built. Like, I cannot remember. I can probably say that I've never bricked with this deck ever. Like, even in crucial situations, I was able to unbrick my hand thanks to the MZs, thanks to Zombie Vampire, whatsoever. You guys saw the videos already on my channel, so you know what I'm talking about. And so that's why I decided to go with this deck, because in this format, it's really important to not brick. Especially if you're playing hand traps. In this deck right now, I'm playing 8 hand traps. And then the Horus engine cards, they're obviously also board breakers. So going second, they're not useless. And in general, bro, for the grind game, the Horus cards saved my ass so many times in the grind game. Because you guys know, we do have some kind of grind game. But it's not like the best grind game, what we do have it. But sometimes we rely on the Horus cards. So many times the Horus cards saved my ass, so I'm really happy with this deck, okay? Even though, let's talk about the main event, okay? What happened there? Even though I was so happy with this deck and so, like, sicher, dann selbstbewusst, confident. I was really confident going with this deck. But what happens in the main event? So, round one, if you've seen the other videos, it's just unlucky. In this format, it's all about who has the right hand traps in the right scenarios, and basically it doesn't matter. You can have the best deck, you can literally play the best deck, but if your opponent just has like the perfect hand traps, which they usually do in this format, because in this one no one plays board breakers, everyone is playing hand traps, so you always have to anticipate at least 1 to 3 hand traps every game, and that's the thing, man. That's the thing that we have. And besides that, like I said, I was really unfortunate with the main event. I decided to take part at the side events, and that's where my deck actually shined. This is also like, if I wouldn't be able to get SP Little Knight, if I wasn't able to get SP Little Knight, I wouldn't be doing this video.
Shitty music, Alter.
Hey, this man.
Shout out, man.
Shit music, bro.
Nein, cut this, bro. We do not cut anything here, bro. This is unedited, uncensored Blackwing on Kenner Game. And, what I was trying to say is, yeah, I'm really happy with this deck. And then in the side events, this deck actually shined. I was able to go 10-0. I took part in only 2 events, and I went undefeated in both of these events. And my matchups are really hard, man, like really hard. Like, the deck came in clutch every card, and like I said, the most consistent deck I've ever built. That's why I'm doing this deck profile. If I wouldn't have won the SP Little Knight, I wouldn't be doing this deck profile right now, because yeah. Also, what happened to SP Little Knight? Why is SP Little Knight right now not next to me? It should be right now here next to me, but it's not. Let me tell you where the card is right now, guys. I decided to give it to Team Samurai Sam Huge shout out to Team Samurai, man. The card is right now on the way. It is shipped to him, and in the future you're probably gonna see this card a lot of times in his videos in the background. So I decided to have it like with Team Samurai. So yeah, it's gonna be there for sure. So look out for Team Samurai's videos. Okay. All right, let's start, man. Let's start. All right. Obviously, 3 times Simoon. There is nothing to discuss much about this. Mandatory 3 times. You guys already know. And then my favorite Blackwing monster right now, Zudri. Insane. Like one card. If you top deck this, bro, it's just GG. And then 3 times Shamar. For me, it's also mandatory. You have to play it, man. It searches Black Featherworm. And also against Infernoble, guys. Against Infernoble, if you set open the Black Featherworm with Shamar, they cannot destroy or like, because the Infernoble card says negate the activation, but it doesn't activate it. It just sets it, and then they cannot even react on the Black Featherworm anymore. So Shamar is really important, especially against Infernoble. Then we have 3 times Vata, the Fata. Schäm dich, Klein, schäm dich, Klein. Zoom auf den, zoom auf den. Zoom. Tom, komm runter. 3 times, Vater, der Vater. Ich nehme gleich 1 für den Vater. Für Toast. Okay, 3 times Vater, bro. This card, especially with Shamar, that's why we have to play them all 3. With Zombie Vampire, you want to mill those cards. If you mill those cards with Zombie Vampire, you got full combo. So you definitely want to have this. What, pass auf. Next up. Next up, we got one of Zephyros. It's self-explaining, you don't need more than that. And then Hammer Time. Some people like to play instead of Hammer Time another copy of Schnook, but this card comes in clutch a lot of times because you send it with Vata to the graveyard, and Shamal gives you this card back to your hand. So you basically, thanks to Vata and Shamal, you're gonna get another extender to your hand, which is really important sometimes. And then, well, Shanga and Shanu, also arguably my favorite Blackwings next to Zudri. Those cards alone, bro, have won me so many matches. This card doesn't matter if it's going first or second, they both just killing it, bro. Just breaking boards, whatever. Those cards are always gonna come in clutch, and especially if they pop like over 2 enormous summons, and we still have Shanga in our hand with Vata, for example. You just special them there, just keep on going, man. And I like to use him and one of the horse cards to go into Baron de Fleur. And then for the spell cards, I decided to play 2 Black Featherworms. In the Bestial version, I used to play only 1, but right now I'm playing 2 because in case we are milling 1 Black Featherworm accidentally with the Zombie Vampire, you need to have the second one as backup. So that's why we have to play 2, but only in this deck. And then we got 2 copies of Black Werwins. You don't need to play 3 in my opinion, because sometimes those bricks, and starting off with 3 Black Werwins doesn't bring you anything, because you're not gonna have that many searches. So 2 is fine. And then for consistency, I'm still playing 3 times Small Worlds. Too good to not play them, man. Too good to not play them. I tried to test to have them like a 2 or 1, but honestly, it's not worth it, man. You gotta play a 3. You gotta have to play a 3, especially with all the hand traps that we have. They're just really good. I'm going to show you in a minute how to bridge your Small World, so stay tuned. And then I used to play 3 Prosperities, but in this deck is already so consistent, so we don't have to play 3. 2 is enough. Instead of a third copy of Prosperity, I decided to play Call By in the main deck. Shout out to Min, he actually told me to main it, and also shout out to Dylan, my brother Dylan. They both of them actually told me to main that, and it comes in clutch, man. It actually helped me to win 2 games in the side events, so really important. Call By, actually insane. And even if you do not use it going first, just having it set for your opponent's turn also comes in clutch. And then yeah, let's non-engine cards. The non-engine cards that we have. Only 2 sarcophaguses. Sarcophagus. 3 of those. Along with 3 Mzetis. I don't want to play 2 of those, but you cannot play 1 of those, because if you start with 1 of that and 1 of that, it's scheiße. So you have to play 3 those and 2 of the sarcophagus. And then 1 happy. I used to play a 3rd Horus monster, but then the deck started to break. Right now, this way it doesn't break. So that's why I'm only playing 2. Just like in the Telements engine basically, but I'm happy this way. Honestly, I'm really happy playing it this way. And we do not really need more. So those are the Horus cards that I'm playing. And then for the hand traps, mandatory Ash, really important right now. You have to play Ash. 3 Imperms, also insane. And then only 2 Veilers. I want to make this deck to be like 40 card deck. That's why I'm only playing 2. Otherwise, I will be playing 3. But Veilers, Imperms, Ash are, in my opinion, right now, one of the best hand traps in this game. So that's why I'll play it this way. I'm not maining Droll anymore, because in this format, Droll is better in the side deck. You're gonna see it in the side deck, but maining Droll right now isn't really smart in my opinion, because of all the different kind of matchups that we have. And yeah, all right. So that was the main deck. Oh, before I go for the side deck, let me show you how I play with Small World. So basically, how does Small World works? Let's say we have Veiler in our hand. Now, thanks to the Horus engine, this also why I love this deck so much and why it's so consistent. This dude is the ultimate Small World bridge. Here, zoom mal here. Can you see it, guys? This card it's German. Hold on, give me an English one. Here. So, this card is a spellcaster, has 1800 depth, just like our brother or sister Ash. Okay, like our little sister Ash. Spellcaster, 1800 depth. It's a dark monster and has 8 levels. So basically, none of the cards have 8 levels. So, but the things that they usually have in common is 1800. For example, we're gonna have the Ash. Only thing that they share in common is the depth. So we got 1800, right? And now we can add from our deck Simoon this way. Okay, just because of that. And then we can add him. Okay. If we have Veiler, however, we can use Veiler. It's a spellcaster. That's a spellcaster. Dark type. We can do that. Okay, so now we can add him again. And if we have any other Blackwing monster, only thing they share in common is being a dark type, nothing else. Dark type, dark type, dark type. We can add Simoon again. And even if you have the one-off brick on your opening hand, which is Happy. The only thing that these 2 share in common is being a level 8 monster. So even with that, you can still bridge into Simoon in worst case scenario. So any monster in this deck bridges into whatever Blackwing monster we need. Sometimes if I have too many Blackwing monsters on my hand and I still want to use Small World, I still bridge into like hand traps sometimes. Like I go like this way and then just take an Ash to my hand. This is also something will happen. Like you can also bridge this into that. Like either way, okay. Very nice. And because you're playing 8 hand traps in this deck, in a 40 card deck, 8 hand traps, usually you're always you're supposed to see at least 1 hand trap. That's how the math works. It's supposed to be like that. Alright, side deck. There's actually something that I changed in the side deck that I didn't play like that before. First of all, I'm siding Nibiru's. It can come really good sometimes, Nibiru's, but sometimes Nibiru alone is not enough. You usually need another hand trap next to Nibiru. But the main reason why I'm playing this card is only because of crossouts. Because when I'm siding, when I'm siding, I usually take in 1 Nibiru, 2 Ashes, 1 Veiler, 1 Imperm, 1 Droll, and take all the other hand traps out. And just add 2 crossouts, 1 Nibiru, 1 Droll, and take the other hand traps out. This is how I usually side. And then I don't want to play 3 crossouts because in the past I made experiences that these can also brick really bad. So I don't like to play 3 of those. 2 is, in my opinion, fine. We don't necessarily need them, but it's good to have them because sometimes, like I said, in this format, you have to expect to play sometimes up to 3-4 hand traps. I actually played once against 4 hand traps, so that's why those come in clutch. You need to play these. And then we have 3 Drolls that you also mandatory in the side deck. Almost every deck plays Drolls. You have to play them. And then Bolt Breakers, I like to play Lightning Storm with Feather Duster. Usually I only use the effect of Lightning Storm for the back row removal. And then Evenly, of course, great against Rescue Ace. Sometimes it's also good against Labyrinth. It's not all the time. I've seen also some Labyrinth players that don't really care about Evenly or Lightning Storm for some reason, but they can come in clutch. And the last card is Radiant. I used to cut this card and then take it back, and it actually did came up in clutch. Like, I like to side this card a lot against especially Pearly, because you guys know with Small World you can easily bridge here. For example, let's say you have a Veiler, you can bridge again into Vata. You can bridge into Vata and then add Radiant, for example. Or let's say you got one of those, bridge into that, and then get this back. Sometimes I don't even side out the horse cards, guys. Depending on the matchups, I like to keep the MZs. I'm gonna do a separate video where I'll show how to side, because every time I side differently with this deck. That's why I cannot really tell you right now how to side or what to use the prosperities, whatever. You stay tuned for that, okay? Alright, extra deck. For the Blackwings, we have 1 Nothum, 1 Boreal Storm, 2 times Blackwing Dragon. I have to play 2 because 1 you're using for the combos, and the second one is actually for your grind game that you send with Chinook to the graveyard, so that you can. That's also, by the way, the reason why I'm playing 3 copies of Blackwing Assault Dragon is because of the second Blackwing Dragon. Like I said, you're gonna send this one with Chinook, and then in the grind game you're gonna summon the 3rd Assault Dragon. Okay, so you never summon 3 of those. Even though you can summon 3 of those, you don't want to do that, because in case they break your board, you need these 2 for your grind game. If you're going to summon 3 of those, this one is not going to do anything in your deck anymore, and you're gonna lose all of your grind game. Okay, so don't ever. 2 is enough. You don't need more than 3, and no more than 2. 3 is enough. Keep the last one for your grind game. Otherwise, everyone who summons 3 of those gets hit with Dark Ruler evenly, and then lose all of them, and then it's really unfortunate, and you don't want that to happen. Okay. Then 1 full Armor Master. I like to have him on my board. I'm gonna show you in a minute what my board looks like. But also one of the best cards in this deck. People are struggling to out this. Even Rescue Ace, like, they only have the field spell or access code talker to out this. If they don't have any of those 2 cards, they cannot out this card. So yeah. Then we got the Access Dollar Synchro Dragon. This is also different how I use this one. Like, I only go into that one if I get interrupted with hand traps really bad, then I go into different ways. But it's not like the same way in the Bistic version where we went into this almost every time. It's really situational. I have to show you a separate video how to use this one. And then Baron, like I said, if you mill, if you special summon one of the MZs and already have Shanga on your hand, or not even Shanga, you can even have like Vata, whatever. Just use these 2 for Baron de Fleur, or best case is you just use these 2 to go into Baron de Fleur, and then start with your main combos. And then Chaos Angel, I never summon him for my main board. This is basically just going second to break boards or break floodgates like TCB, whatever. So never summon this just for your end board. It's nothing. It's not going to do anything for your end board. This Peter, insane card. Like, I wish I had more space in my X deck. Then I would play 2 of those because this card is really insane. And then the last 3 are the Photon Lord number 19, Zombie Vampire, and SP Little Knight. And even though I hate this card so much, it is so important nowadays. Because I'm going to show you now with the end board why this card is so important. If you get Jolt, guys, always start with Horus Mzeti first. And then if you get Jolt, then this is the way to play around Jolt. And if you do not get Jolt, summon this one to have your protection against Nibiru. And now here, this is basically your end board. It's going to be Little Knight, 1 Despater, 1 Armor Master, and then you're gonna have 2 Assault Dragons. Of course, sometimes you're gonna have like really like this is basically 1 card Simoon combo. This Simoon alone can give you this board, and this is all you need. Because in the graveyard you're gonna have Shanga together with where's my little Chinook? Where's my little Chinook? Here. This is all you need. And of course, which is also really underestimated, is the Black Feather Weapon, because this is going to protect your monsters from destruction. Okay, so basically, this all you need. I like to not use any of my effects at the beginning. I try to let my opponent burn himself to death with those attack strengths, and then once they get to like crucial monsters, then I would use like the Chinook or the Shanga just to protect your board, but not to interrupt your opponent. Okay. By the way, if you get evenly matched, banish. You can banish Little Knight with this Peter, and then banish the rest of it just to keep him. Or you can banish this Peter with your Soul Dragon and banish the rest of it. Okay, that's up to you guys. But evenly match is the best thing that can happen to you. Why? Because once you're in main phase 2 and Armor Master is still on the field, together with Chinook and Shanga, there's nothing that they can do. Because this is alone going to be a big issue for your opponent, because they don't have the bell phase anymore, so they can't get rid of this. And then on your turn, with his effect, you're just gonna take control of all their monsters and or destroy them in the end phase. So this is the best thing that can happen to you. And then in the end phase, you're gonna get these 2 back also. This one takes the other one of your opponent's monsters, and like I said, because you send it with Chinook, the second Blackwing Dragon, to the graveyard. Like I said, I told you to keep this one for the grind game. You're gonna send this one, and then you're gonna banish this one with Boreal Storm to summon the 3rd Assault Dragon. Where is it? So here's Boreal Storm. You're gonna banish these 2, and then you're going to summon your 3rd Assault Dragon for the grind game, and then trigger your Black Feather Weapon to special this one, and then trigger Shamal, get another Black monster to your hand, and then you can even summon full Armor Master next turn. Sorry, Baron de Fleur next turn in your grind game. Sorry, or whatever you want. Even sometimes, even to break boards, Chaos Engine, whatever. Like, there's so much shit that you can do with the grind game, only thanks to Chinook and a 3rd copy of Assault Dragon. So yeah, this deck is insane, guys. Here, show my face, man. Guys, this deck is hard to pilot, okay? You guys know that already. It's really hard to pilot, but once you see those lines, once you understand how other deck works, that's the other thing. You need to know how the other deck works. If you don't know how the other deck works, then it doesn't matter what deck you play. You can play the best deck in this game, it's not going to help you anything. Okay, you need to understand that first, and then you need to know when to use. Because, bro, I'm telling you, you don't need any of these. All you need is those 3 cards to win a game. But you need to use these 2 wisely. When you use these 2 wisely and have him on the field, you already winning. You don't need any of this. This is just extra. This is all extra. Just to make your opponent feel anxious about like whatever. This is all you need. This is all you need. Okay. Yeah. I keep saying to people, take up to 3 to 4, 5 months it really takes 3 to 5 months to really understand how good this deck actually is. If you take this deck right now and try to and expect to win locals or tournaments within the next 2-3 weeks, it's not gonna happen. You're gonna get your ass kicked. You're gonna hate this deck. You're gonna feel like this deck is completely garbage. But trust me, after a couple of months, after understanding how this deck actually works, the potential, whatever, then you're going to love it. But at the beginning, you're gonna hate it. You're going to hate it. Alright, enough talking. I'm going to make another video where I'm going to talk about which Blackwing deck, in my opinion, right now is the best one. We got Caliuga, we got Horus Blackwing, Bestial Blackwing, also a Calamity version, and also Pure version. Yeah, so stay tuned for that. I'm going to make a video about discussing those. But besides that, that's it, man. Anything else? Guys, I want to say anything at the end of the video.
You are a beast, motherfucker. You are a beast. For this kind of deck profile, you deserve a new hookah. Now we can with a new hookah top.
Hookah, die werden nog denken, die reed van prostitueerte.
No, hookah, not hookah. Hookah, shisha.
She's
Damn, man. We expect the next giant cut.
Wow.
From the YCS region or something, yes?
Inshallah. Okay. That's it. Thanks for watching, guys. I love you all. Please take care. Good night. Bye.